Chapter 19 Fuels. The invention of the wheel was a great event in our history. Carts which move on wheels were developed in the beginning. They were pulled by men and later on by animals. This means of transport has continued with little change over thousands of years. The next step in the progress in transport came with the invention of ways to use steam due to development of technology. Today it has become extremely easy to travel from one place to another at great speeds. Fuel is the source of energy for a vehicle. Any material that is burnt to obtain energy is called fuel. The process by which this fuel is converted into energy is called combustion. Vehicles mainly run on two kinds of fuel. 1. Fossil fuels. 2. Alternate fuels. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are the remains of the animals and plants which were buried underground millions of years ago. Over the time, the remains decomposed and took the form of fossil fuels. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas are the different fossil fuels. These fuels are available in a limited quantity. Once we use up these fuel, we cannot create any more of it. So these are exhaustible resources. They are also called non-renewable resources. Soil is formed from rocks which broke down into very tiny grains over thousands of years. A mineral is a natural non-living substance. Minerals may be metallic or non-metallic. Many rocks have minerals from which useful metals are extracted called ores. Ores are dug out of the earth through pits and tunnels dug into the earth called mines. Iron, zinc, aluminium, copper, nickel, gold, silver, and platinum are some common metals. These are used to make utensils, machines, aeroplanes, and jewelry. All minerals are not metals. There are useful non-metallic minerals too, like coal, salt, mica, and gypsum. Coal. Coal is one of the most valuable minerals. It is used mainly as fuel. Coal is used for cooking, for heating homes and buildings, for producing electricity, in the industries to fire furnaces. It is also used to run steam engines and factories. In India, the main coal mining areas are Jharkhand, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. The important coal mining centers are Jharia, Raniganj, Dhanbad, Bokaro, Korba, and Neyveli. Many years ago, coal was used by the steam engine to pull a train. Steam engines have now been replaced by diesel and electric engines. This has increased the speed of the trains. Petroleum. Is the cost of petrol and diesel same in all countries of the world? Why? Petroleum is crude or unrefined oil. It is a very valuable and expensive resource. It is black in color in its crude form, so it is often called black gold. After it is refined in huge refineries, different kinds of fuels such as petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. are produced. It is found deep inside the earth. Wells are drilled deep to reach the oil found beneath the ground. An area with many oil wells is called an oil field. The main oil producing centers in India are Bombay High, Digboi Ankleshwar, Cambay, and Sibsagar. India also has many oil refineries. Here, crude mineral oil is refined to produce petrol, diesel, kerosene. These are used as fuels in cars, buses, scooters, ships. Petroleum is produced from the remains of dead plants and animals living in the sea. It is used as fuel in cars, two-wheelers, and three-wheelers. Apart from ordinary petrol, unleaded petrol, which does not have poisonous lead, is also available. Diesel is used as a fuel in heavy vehicles such as trucks, tractors, ships, buses, railway engines, and motorboats. It has more pulling power as a fuel than petrol. However, diesel engines are more expensive and heavier than petrol engines. Diesel is also used to power water lifting pumps and generators. Natural gas. It is found along with petroleum. It can be used as LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, or CNG, that is compressed natural gas. LPG is used for cooking as well as to run vehicles. CNG is commonly used to run vehicles as it causes less pollution. Renewable fuels. Some renewable fuels are solar energy, hydel energy, wind energy, tidal energy, and biogas. We must conserve non-renewable sources of energy and use renewable resources wherever we can. Biofuels are liquid fuels which are derived from waste plant and animal matter. Gobar gas is an example of biofuel. Since long, air pollution started affecting the Earth's atmosphere and our homes. The situation started to become worse with the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. This is because most fuels make the air dirty. Air pollution causes health problems. New factories are being built and even more fuel is being burned. In winter, smoke and fog combined to create smog, a situation that made breathing very difficult. Today, with the increase in the number of vehicles on the roads, air pollution is becoming a serious problem. Carbon monoxide is a gas that pollutes the air and is mainly released by cars and other vehicles. Nitrogen oxide is also emitted from vehicles harming the air. Conserve energy. As fossil fuels are getting used day by day, they are getting costlier. Fuels are expensive and should be used only when necessary. When crude oil becomes expensive, prices of all essential commodities go up. From food prices to gold, everything becomes expensive. This is because all goods need to be transported. So, we must conserve energy by following simple steps like switching off lights, fans and other electrical appliances when not in use, turning off water taps after use, using more of public transport than personal vehicles, using only the required quantity of water while cooking saves water as well as heat energy, soaking pulses in water for some time before cooking, using CFL and LED lights which give more light than electric bulbs and use less energy. We should use fuels which are friendly to the environment. Some vehicles do not need fuel. They are animal and human-powered vehicles. For example, vehicles like horse carts, bullock carts, cycle rickshaws, etc. In this case, food becomes the fuel which helps these animals and people to move their vehicles. Biodiesel is obtained from plants, animals and human matter. It is being used as a fuel in many vehicles. Bioalcohol is a form of alcohol obtained from animals and plant matter. Electricity is needed to power the batteries that run the motors in electric vehicles. The Delhi and Kolkata metro rail networks use electricity as a fuel. Value voice. We should use our natural wealth carefully and wisely. Key words. Fossil. The remains of very old plants or animals preserved in rocks. Non-renewable. A fuel which has a limited quantity. Mining. Digging into the ground. Let's remember. The invention of wheel was a great event in our history. The process by which this fuel is converted into energy is called combustion. Fuel is the source of energy for a vehicle. Any material that is burnt to obtain energy is called fuel. All vehicles run on fuels. Fuels are of different kinds. Fossil fuels are the most commonly used fuels and are non-renewable. Coal, petroleum and natural gas are the important fossil fuels. We must do our best to to conserve.